Hey, welcome to Life Points and welcome to Band of Brothers. We're so glad that you came out this week, and we're in week 2 of our Samson series and talking about Samson, of course, going through the book of Judges, the 4 chapters in the book of Judges, 13, 14, 15, and 16. And last week we talked about those 3 attitudes that make strong men weak, and the attitudes that Samson had, where he had that lust that said, I want it no matter where it's at, no matter if it's in the wrong place, the wrong time, and doesn't matter who's telling me not to do it, I want it. And sometimes not sometimes, all the times when we take that attitude and give into that attitude, it takes us from being strong to weak. And then the second attitude was of entitlement, that I deserve this. You know, when we start saying, I deserve this, we start treading into some dangerous waters. Third attitude last week was that of pride that says, I can handle it. I can handle it. And man, those are like the famous last words before crash and burn. I can handle it. And so we looked at those 3 attitudes of that take strong men and make them weak. And this week we looked at 2 different things, 2 emotions that will destroy us and bring us to our knees. And we talked about that struggle. There's a struggle that goes on in every one of our hearts. Samson understood it. And Paul, the apostle, wrote about it. He talked about wanting to do certain things that he didn't do, but the things that he didn't want to do, he found himself doing. And we have the same struggle. We find ourselves doing things that we really didn't intend to do. And it's a struggle that we have. And that's why he penned those words in Galatians 5. And he talked about being led by the Spirit. That's our solution. The solution to our problem is being led by the Spirit, not being driven by our emotions. But there are 2 main emotions, guys, that drive us if we're not careful. One is anger, and we talked about that. And you'll talk about it in your group and unpack that. Anger is one of those things, it's kind of a go-to emotion when we get frustrated, when we get embarrassed, when we hurt, whatever it is. We go to that emotion, and that anger, when we give into it, we do stupid things. We looked at Samson and all the stupid stuff that he did, and really the chaos that was created because of giving into anger. And so anger is one of those emotions. The second emotion we looked at in the life of Samson was of pride, where instead of giving honor and glory to God, instead of acknowledging what God did through him, he took credit for it. And pride is that thing that for us guys, it's a thing that is born out of our insecurity. And pride comes before the fall. But God gives grace to the humble. I want to encourage you to have great open discussion and just have a great time together. Pray for one another, love one another. God bless you, and have a great week.